as we know, research is based on observation. And today that observation is going to take us out into the open ocean observing some amazing dolphins. So let's see if we can get a closer look at these amazing dolphins here today. So we're going to start off by taking a look at our youngest dolphin, Hannah, here in the center of our habitat. She is 14 years old. She's doing some fantastic leaps there. Now we'll take a look at Helen, coming up here in the center of our habitat. She is 20 years old. Now let's take a look at our oldest lady here in the habitat. We have Laverne. Laverne is 30 years old, and coming up here is our only male in the habitat. Now to start us off on our research today, the first thing we should do is determine what species of dolphin is here, as there are 44 species of dolphins and porpoises worldwide, up to 10 or 11 of which can be seen right here off the coast of BC. And one of the biggest hints in helping you determine what species of dolphin this is to take a closer look at those beautiful torpedo-shaped bodies as they come up here out of the water. You may notice where you can see the straight patterns running along the top and side of their body. That kind of coloration tells us that today we're looking at some Pacific white-sided dolphins. They are known for their very high energy and very sociable behavior. And they were once an open ocean dolphin, which meant that we would have to travel far from shore to see them. However, over the past 20 years, they have moved closer inshore, allowing us some wonderful viewing opportunities. When researchers are viewing these dolphins out in the open ocean, they very often photograph them, like you might be doing right now. However, when researchers photograph these dolphins, it is very rare to be able to see their entire bodies just like that up and out of the water. So we've had a fantastic opportunity to take a look at them out of the water there. And researchers, when they are photographing the bodies of the dolphin, they very often are only ever able to photograph those dorsal fins and tail flukes as they move in and out of the water. But if you take a look at this shot here, you can see Spinnaker here out of the water, as well as Helen and Hannah showing off those beautiful bodies once more. So you can go ahead, and I think they're doing a pretty great job, so you can go ahead and give them a round of applause. Here we're going to Laverne and Russell, all four of them. As I mentioned, researchers themselves don't even get to have such great looks as those, so hopefully you were able to get a lot of photographs. Usually researchers can only photograph those dorsal fins, and photographing those dorsal fins is very important. It helps them identify individual dolphins, not just the fingerprints on our bodies help identify us from one another. If you take a look at the dorsal fin closest to me, that's Laverne, we can tell because it's the largest. We have Spinnaker, and his dorsal fin has the most white on it. After Spinnaker, we have Helen. Her dorsal fin is very curved, comes to a nice plump at the end. And after Helen, we have Hannah. Her dorsal fin is very triangular, much like a shark. And now that we know how to identify the individual dolphins, we should take a closer look at where they fit within the ocean's food web. And when we talk about a food web, we generally talk about two different kinds of animals. Predators, animals that eat other animals, and prey, the animals that get eaten. Now, quick poll for all of you out there, how many of you think these dolphins might be predators? Raise your hand. How many of you think they might be prey? Raise your hand. How many of you are thinking, Keely, you know what, I think they're both predator and prey? Raise your hand. That's right, you're all actually right. These dolphins are both predator and prey. Let's take a look at the predator side of things first. If you have the opportunity to take a look inside the mouth of a dolphin, you may notice between 80 and 120 cone-shaped teeth. Those cone-shaped teeth are known as catching teeth, as dolphins tend to swallow their food whole. But, I don't know, I've got a quick question for you, dolphins. Can you swallow a larger fish like a salmon whole? No, I didn't think so. They're not actually answering my question, or it's more their trainers, but they are demonstrating a very unique behavior they have. By scratching their head back and forth in that manner, that helps them break apart larger fish like salmon into smaller, easier to swallow pieces. Now let's take a look at the prey side of things. These dolphins are prey to three major predators, and to try and ensure their predators can't find them, they rely once more on that beautiful coloration. Take a look again at their bodies up and out of the water, and especially notice those dark tops and white bellies. That kind of coloration is called counter-shading, and it helps them blend in with their environment. As you're above looking down into the habitat now, you might have a hard time tracking them as they move through the water. Those dark tops there blend in with the ocean floor below them. But for any animal below them looking up, well, that nice white belly you see there helps blend in with the ocean surface and sky above them, making it very difficult to be tracked. But despite this beautiful cover shading, their predators still might find them. And the first predator is large. It's black. It's white. It's a orca. That's right. It's trying to escape an orca. These dolphins can rely on their incredible speed. In fact, take a look at Spinnaker here. He does a speed swim around the habitat. And if you take a look, he'll be coming out from underneath the bridge in just a moment, showing us just how fast he can be. Not only can they rely on that speed, but of course their amazing acrobatics as well. So take a look here in the center of the habitat for those amazing acrobatics. Now their second predator is gray. It's got lots of teeth. Spielberg made a movie about them. It's sharks, that's right. And to escape a shark, these dolphins can rely on their rostrum. It's the hard part of their body, just at the front, touching Alicia's hand now. Their rostrum is incredibly hard as a baseball bat, and can be used in a very similar manner. In fact, we're about to put this very scary ball here onto the habitat. We're going to pretend that's a shark. Let's take a look and see what Spinnaker is able to do with his rostrum. As you can see, he put a lot of power behind it. He's got some pretty good aim as well. But not only can they rely on those rostrums, but also their very strong tails. Take a look as they move through the habitat here. I know if I were a shark and I got hit in the face with one of those tails, I certainly wouldn't want dolphins for dinner. But their third predator is by far the most dangerous. And we actually have this predator here in abundance with Vancouver Aquarium today. In fact, if you take a look to your left and take a look to your right, you're surrounded by them. Human beings are the third most dangerous predator of these beautiful Pacific white-sided dolphins. In fact, 3 out of 4 of our dolphins are non-releasable rehabilitation animals, which means they sustain injuries out in the open ocean that prevent them from being re-released. In fact, if we take a closer look at Spinnaker here, you may notice some scarring on the right-hand side of his body where he was entangled in a net. Helen herself was also entangled in a net. If you take a look at her pectoral flippers, you may notice they're a lot smaller. She actually had to have part of her pectoral flippers removed to save her life. But you don't need to feel sorry for these animals. They were found in time to be rescued and rehabilitated and are now great ambassadors for their species. But there is actually something you can do to help every day to ensure these dolphins stay safe. And that is to ensure that your garbage always ends up where it belongs and not into our oceans. You can do further part by participating in the Great Canadian Shoreline Cleanup this September, and you can learn more about it on our website. But we've had a great opportunity to learn even more about these beautiful dolphins here today. So let's see if we can take one last look at the handsome Spinnaker coming here in front of me. Looks like that, of course, could only go for the dolphins. Now we're going to take a look at our 3 lovely ladies once more. Helen, Hannah. There we go. Helen, Hannah, and Laverne. They're all 3 of them together. So we've had a great opportunity to learn more about these dolphins. If you have any further questions, you can feel free to ask myself or one of the trainers here at the top of the dock. But on behalf of myself, the trainers, and of course our beautiful dolphins, it looks as if we've come towards the tail end of our show. Thank you very much and have a great day.